What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, back at y'all with another episode of the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. And it's been another tough week for our New York Giants and NFC, but we're gonna get to that in a few minutes. I'm gonna get this show started off and go ahead and jump right into the first game, however. And that's gonna be the Washington football team hosting the New Orleans Saints on Sunday afternoon, man. And once again, Washington football team's defense, man, proving to just be probably one of the most overrated things coming into this football season that there was, man. I'm just not seeing it, man. I mean, they're giving up big chunks of yards, big points every single game. Taylor Heineke, man, looked kind of like a backup, looked more like a backup quarterback this week, man. 20 for 41, 248 yards, and just 2 interceptions, man. And he looked like a legit backup quarterback this week, as opposed to looking like a legit starter the first couple of weeks, man. Antonio Gibson did provide Washington with a couple of scores, man, a couple touchdowns, 60 yards rushing. But this defense is giving up, once again, big-time yards, man. Big-time yards again, and just giving up big-time points, man. On a high note for their defense, Chase Young did record his first sack on the season finally. But I just don't know, man. This team really lacks an identity as far as I'm concerned with this Washington football team. I mean, Jameis Winston aired it out on them, man. 4 touchdown passes for Jameis Winston. It's just Callaway, the wide receiver Callaway had 2 touchdowns, caught 2 touchdowns. I just don't get it. I mean, yeah, Chase Young had his first sack, but that was only one of 2 sacks for the Washington defense in this game. I mean, this whole offseason, they talk too much. What's good, Reek? How you doing, brother? This offense talk way too much. I mean, everybody talked way too much about this defense all offseason. This defensive line, how amazing it was going to be. Well, I'm just not seeing it, man. Not seeing. I haven't seen it yet. They've really shown no signs of being able to slow down or stop anyone. It's just I don't get it, man. And I'm over it. I'm tired of anybody even trying to convince me that this Washington defense is good, because they're not even okay. I mean, McLaurin, God, he's Scary Terry, man. You got to be able to hit Scary Terry, man. McLaurin, he had 11 targets. You targeted him 11 times, but you only connected with him 4, man. That's just not going to get it done, man. And what I mean by this team lacking a true identity is that, like, right now, usually everybody talked about how great this defense was going to be, and we thought this defense was going to be the identity of this defense. You know, it was going to be the identity of this team. Clearly, the offense is the only thing that keeps them in the games. The offense has been keeping them, even though there wasn't a great offensive performance this past week. So far this season, the offense is what's been keeping Washington in games. And the couple games they won is because of their offense. Nothing to their defense ain't done shit. I mean, it's just, I can't even sugarcoat it. That's just what it is. It's just been whack. What's going on, Big Play Slay? Sunday, I see you up there in the chat. Thank you for stopping by, baby. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just enough is enough, man. People need to cut it out, man. Get over this, man. Washington's defense is regular at best. I mean, I'm not even sure they're better than our defense, and our defense has been horrible. And I'm not even convinced Washington defense is better than ours right about now. I just don't see it, man. I'm definitely over that, man. But another tough loss for Washington down against New Orleans, man. They lost 33-22. Like I said, James Winston absolutely aired it out. Looked like Joe Montana against them jokers, man. But go ahead and move on to the next one, man. And that would be the Philadelphia Eagles traveling down to north to Charlotte, visiting them Carolina Panthers, man. In this game, let me tell you, man, Eagles, I'm not making excuses up, because the Eagles, for what it's worth, they scrappy, they resilient, they tough, man. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses up or hate on why they hate on the fact that they won this football game. Do I like the fact that they won this football game? Of course not. I'm a New York Giant fan. I want the Eagles, the football team, Dallas, to lose as much as possible. With that being said, The Eagles went down there and they stayed the course, man. They were scrappy, they was resilient, and they came out of there with a 21-18 W. Yes, sure. That victory was aided by the fact that Christian McCaffrey once again was on the sideline. That victory was aided by the fact that Sam Darnold looked like Sam Darnold of the past when he played for the Jets. That's all true. But let's put things into perspective. Maybe the Philadelphia Eagles defense made Sam Darnold look like that. You know what I'm saying? Him and DJ Moore didn't quite have that connection on something that they've had all season long. So, I got to give credit where credit is due. Jalen Hurts, man, 22 for 37, 198 yards, and an interception in the air, but he also added 9 carries for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Therefore, that kid is still getting it done in a productive manner for this football team. Like I said, once again add that he's better than I thought he was. I'll just keep saying that, man. The kid clearly has a winning intangible that you just can't coach. You know what I mean? He has that edge that it's something that you just can't coach about this kid when it comes to this kid. And I got to respect that, man. Miles Sanders, sure, they involved him a little bit more, but still not enough. 11 carries for 45 yards. Come on. Give him 11 more carries and see what he could do. Miles Sanders is one of the best running backs in the NFL, and you're keeping him on a leash for some reason, Philly. I don't understand that. I just don't. I'm not sure what your mindset is when it comes to that. Like, you got to use Miles Sanders more than that, man. Like I said, and Devonte Smith continues to impress. 7 catches for 77 yards. Look, is the discussion over with now? All the people that was trying to say, oh, he's too little, he ain't going to be able to play in the NFL, this, that, and the other. The kid is a football player. The kid can get the job done. What's going on, Coach? How you doing, man? Good to see you in here, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. The kid, Devonte Smith, is a football player. He knows how to play the game. He played at the highest level of college football you could possibly play at. Probably pretty much the highest level of football other than being in the NFL, basically. And the kid got it done. So everybody that was preaching that he's too small, he ain't going to be able to get it done in the NFL, kill it, because he's getting it done. Each and every week this kid proves he's a legitimate threat for that Philadelphia Eagle offense, man. And Darius Slay, man, that defense, I got to talk about that defense. Darius Slay, he had 2 picks in this game, man, and defense had 3 sacks, man, forced 3 turnovers altogether, man. I said defense played well. Defense definitely played well. This Philadelphia Eagle defense team, like I said, where they see, this is a different opposite of how I feel about the Eagles with us, the New York Giants. The Eagles seem like they lack a little bit. They lack talent a little bit in a lot of areas, but they make up for it with heart, man. Because this game was a pretty ugly game for the most part. But they never quit. They kept digging, they kept scratching, they kept clawing, and they got it done on the road against a very good defense. Carolina has a very good defense, and they got the job done. You know what I mean? Because they never stopped believing in themselves. So I got to give the Eagles props when it comes to that. It's not easy to sit up here and do that, but I got to. I got to keep it all the way 100, keep it all the way thorough. You know what I mean? Eagles is a resilient football team, and I like their mindset on the field. I like the way they approach the games. They're going to give you everything they got, no matter what. And I can only respect that. And like you just said, Sunday, exactly. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Eagles finished that game off. They finished that game emphatically. Because they could have definitely lost that game. Sam Darnold played a little bit better. They could have lost maybe. If Christian McCaffrey was out there, maybe they would have lost, but maybe they still would have found a way to win. Like I said, they keep going for 4 quarters. They don't lay down. And I do respect that about that football team. But no, it's enough of that. You know what I mean? I'm going to move on now because this one I might be on this one for a little while. Might be on this one for a little bit. And we all know what that is. That's them New York Giants. Our New York Giants traveling down to Dallas to meet them Cowboys. Whew. They put up the 40 burger on us, man. They put up a 40 burger on us. Didn't have to go down that way, though, man. But our offense was absolutely riddled with injuries, man, in this game, man. Is it not bad enough that we already entered this game down Sterling Shepard, down Darius Slayton? Andrew Thomas was in uniform, but we knew he wasn't playing either. Down Andrew Thomas. And then all that happens that goes on after that. Down goes Barkley. Down goes Jones. Down goes Galladay. And not for nothing, man, Mike Glennon came in there and played admirably. He played admirably considering, you know what I mean? All things considering. Not going to act like he played great, but he came in there under the circumstances. It was a severe lack of weapons at this point. But he came in there. He still went 16 for 25, threw a touchdown. He did throw 2 picks. One of them was a pick 6. One of them was a pick 6. But and then Dak ate us up, man. Dak just ate us up. 22 for 32, 3 touchdowns, and an interception, man. And once again, Zeke and Pollard just continued to run the football the way they have been. It's just been a crazy, insane streak. Yeah, you're right. Sunday, just like that game was very similar. I believe that year that was against the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. Where we lost all them wide receivers in one game. Sterling Shepard went down in that game. Odell Beckham broke his leg, was out for the season. You said Brandon Marshall, Dwayne Harris, our fourth receiver, kick returner. Yeah, they all went down, man. They all went down in that game. That game on Sunday against Dallas reminded me a lot of that. But yeah, Zeke and Pollard, man, they continue to just run the football the way they have been the last few weeks. Whatever the Cowboy running game has absolutely picked it up, man. Absolutely picked it up. And Zeke is looking like old Zeke of the past, man. He is grinding out the yards, man. And Pollard, like I said, is a great compliment. That dude could be starting on probably some football teams in this league right now. But he's playing kind of second fiddle to Zeke. But that dude could probably be a legit starter on some football teams right now and across this league. I sure wish he was our number 2, you know what I mean? Not to say that Booker played horrible. I mean, he did get in the end zone twice for us, 1 catch. He caught one and he ran one in. But as we all know who the star for the New York Giants was on Sunday, and I'm going to get on that right now because this young man, I felt like was held back the first few weeks of this season. And it wasn't until week 4 that he finally had his first breakout. And then on Sunday against the Cowboys, he broke all the way out. I mean, all the way out. This guy, Kadarius Toney, man, 10 catches, 189 yards. Set a new rookie franchise record, beating Odell Beckham's record from his rookie season, man. For receiving yards by rookie receiver, man, for the New York Giants. I mean, Kadarius Toney pretty much was our only legitimate weapon left, and the Cowboys still couldn't stop this man. So once again, people out there that was talking that all that craziness, you know what I mean? How you doing? Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. But everybody that was talking all that crazy talk, man, about Kadarius Toney, the bust and all this, and why we used number 20 overall pick, now you see why. The kid is absolutely explosive. He's a playmaker. He can get it done. He can absolutely get it done. He was pretty much, like I said, our only legitimate weapon, and they still didn't even have an answer for him. They still couldn't stop it. And that was with Mike Glennon at quarterback for most of the game. And they still couldn't stop Kadarius Toney. Yeah, I know Evan Ingram was out there, and I guess he has to be considered a weapon too. But like, you know how we all feel about Kadarius, about Evan Ingram. So you know what I mean, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, whatever with that guy, man, because he's another one that kind of, you know what I mean, in crucial times, players gotta step up, man. And yeah, sure, he made a couple of decent catches in the game, but he once again at one point dropped a pass that hit him directly in the hands. Can't understand why this guy can make all the difficult catches on the sideline, diving and falling all over the place. He can make those kind of catches, but he can't make a catch The ones that hit him directly in the hands are the ones he decides to always drop. So, you know what I mean? I just wish that our coaching staff would have had enough good sense to have Kadarius Toney on that field a lot more in them first few games, in the first 3 games of the season. And who knows about the outcomes of those games? Who knows how much the outcomes of those games could have been? That kid is a legitimate playmaker. We might have got a steal. Talking about a bust, we might have got a steal. He's playing these last couple games. He's playing at a level just as high as any of the top 3 receivers that went in this past draft. The big 3. Yeah, I'm talking about Jamar Chase, Waddle, and Devonte Smith. He's playing literally the last couple games. He's played at a level just equally as high as those guys. Equally. I'm not saying he's obviously got off to a later start than they did, but these last couple games, he's proven he's basically in a class with those guys. And he deserved to be a first-round draft pick. I believe Sunday you said you had a feeling DJ would get hurt sooner or later and would do it to himself. He slides so rough, and when he runs, he just runs like someone that's after his life. I mean, he's got to learn to protect himself a lot more. I do agree, Sunday. He plays a little reckless as far as when it comes to taking care of his own self. Because that's another question I had about that play call. Because it was already a bad enough play call on 3rd down anyway, on 3rd and goal like that. It was a bad enough play call as it was. But then also knowing the kind of quarterback you have in Daniel Jones, he doesn't shy away from contact. You know he's never seen a defender that he wasn't willing to take on. And in this case, took on 2 guys, man. And it obviously it did not work out for him. But with that being said, he does have to learn to protect himself a lot more. But that was a 3rd down play, and I'm not really mad at him for doing what natural instincts tell you to do, which is try to score the touchdown in that situation. It's 3rd down. My problem with the play call is you got a quarterback like Daniel Jones, big, strong, physical kid. Just snap that ball and quarterback sneaking in from right there. You know what I mean? Like, that was all it would have took. I just don't get it. But now, you know what I mean? I got to take this moment to really, really, you know what I mean, dig in to this New York Giant defense. Because there's a lot of cats out there on that defense right now that ain't doing nothing but collecting paychecks. They doing nothing but collecting paychecks. Because if ever a game in which you needed the defense to say, we got to take this on our shoulders, we got to step up, it was this game on Sunday. And they did the complete opposite. The Cowboys only punted 1 damn time in this game. 1 time. That is unacceptable. Bradbury was an all-pro corner a year ago. I don't even know who that guy is right now. It's like a masked man out there. I have no clue who that guy is anymore. Leo Williams, you signed that big contract. You not getting it done either, bro. Not nearly enough. Don't even get me started on the pass rush, man. This pass rush is a joke. This pass rush is a joke. We get no consistent pressure on anyone. Lorenzo Carter, you made that 1 great play in the game. Didn't even know you were on the field the rest of the game. Literally didn't even know you were out there the entire rest of the game. You made that 1 great play on, I believe it was the first damn series of the game. You looked like you were non-existent the entire rest of the time. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a pretty passionate guy about my New York Giants. Maybe you're right. Because right now, whatever Patrick Graham preaching to that defense, it is not working. It's absolutely not working. And like I said, no excuse. Like, this defense needed to step up in this game, and it did not get the job done. It did. Yeah, sure. Were there some bad calls by the refs? Sure, there were. But there's bad calls by the refs in every game. I can't completely blame the refs for this loss because, yeah, they made some bad calls that might have impacted the game a bit. But at the end of the day, the defense got to make a stop. Like on that fourth down play, when Kadarius Toney got tackled in the end zone, and the referee didn't call the pass interference, which, come on. I later found out that they were talking about on the broadcast that he didn't throw it because he said that they thought that the player's feet got tangled up together and tripped. No, whoever that was clearly tackled Kadarius Toney in the end zone, and not for nothing was holding him the whole way too. So that same referee that called the pass interference on Bradbury like the series before for like him just barely touching CeeDee Lamb, looked right at Kadarius Toney get mugged in the end zone on fourth down and just didn't even throw his flag at all. Fine and dandy. Cowboys, okay, that's all good. Problem what I had with that is that if we had got a fresh set of downs and punched it in the end zone, the score would have been 28-27 at that point, and we're talking about a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. But not for nothing. That's all good. They didn't give us that. Cowboys still taking over. Fresh set is taking over. Backed up against their own end zone. And all they proceeded to do was drive the ball 99 yards as if they were at practice. Yeah, it looked like there was no defense on the field. 99 yards with the greatest of ease is what our defense allowed them to do. After that, can anything fire this defense up? Because I feel like nothing can. Nothing can at this point. Because if they couldn't get fired up in this game after all our players on offense were going down, you got our backups on offense mostly out there, giving it everything they had. That's why I said they played admirably considering the situation, giving it everything they had. And this defense couldn't find it in themselves, couldn't find a way to get a stop. They couldn't find a way to get a stop pretty much the entire rest of the game. Like, what is that? Once again, Bradbury dropped the interception right in your hands, bro. Like I said, I'm tired. It's jokers out there collecting paychecks, and it's just, I'm at a point where I'm over it, man. This defense needs to figure something out. They need to figure something out, man. Because right now, whatever it is they doing, it ain't working. I'm gonna ask you a question. Been asking how many head coaches to defensive coaches if we do you think our record would be example if we had Harbaugh? To me, if we had a real coach from start, the record will be better. That's a good question. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say because right about now, coaches can only do so much, man. They can get the players ready, have them in the right position, but ultimately the players got to make plays on the field. And I feel like some of the defensive problems is they're just not making plays. The players themselves are just not making the plays. Like I said, we're dropping interceptions left and right. I feel like every game this season, we've dropped interceptions every game this season. So, like, you know how like, for instance, I'll use the Cowboys as an example because they're leading the league in turnovers right now. They take advantage of those opportunities because they're not a very good defense either. But when they have those opportunities, they take advantage of them. Bradbury, that interception hit him. I'm going to tell you what's bad about that Bradbury play because he had the interception hit him right in his hands and he dropped it. And you know what happened remember what happened on the very next play? The very next play. Dak Prescott deep to I can't remember if it was CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper, but one of them. Dak Prescott deep touchdown, like the very next play. Now, if Bradbury makes the interception, that obviously couldn't happen. That's what I mean about this defense. It doesn't take advantage of the opportunities that they're given, and it's starting to be painful, man. It's getting painful to watch. This defense, they need a reality check, man. I'm at a point where I'm like, just put the other guys in the game and see what they got. Because maybe the guys come off the bench and, you know what I mean, maybe they'll play with a little bit of passion, play with a little bit of heart, make some damn plays. Because right now, these guys out here, our starters ain't getting it done, man. They're just not getting it done. And with that, man, I'm great. I'm great to move on, man. Move on to next week's action, man. And we're going to start off with Thursday night football, man. What's going on, Joseph Balby, man? Good to see you in here, bro. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. But we're gonna stop. We're gonna go into Thursday night football, man. We got them Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this game, man, like I said, I think it's gonna be a little bit better than people might expect, man. Like I said, because everything I was talking about this Philadelphia Eagle team, I honestly believe that, man. Scrappy, resilient team. They're not gonna back down from anybody, man. They're gonna go in there and give you their best shot. We all know, obviously, they're not a better football team than Tampa Bay, not by a long shot. But I think they can compete with this team, man. I think they're gonna go out there and actually play with them, man, a little bit, man. Like, I actually think Jalen Hurts can get some things done against this Tampa Bay defense, to be quite honest, man. I think they'll be able to they'll be able to pass the ball. They should be able to pass the ball on them. Man, I tell you what, for sure, Eagles, in this game tomorrow night, better hand that ball to Miles Sanders, man. You better get him a lot more involved in the run game, man. Just get him a lot more involved in the game, period. I don't know what he did to whoever on his coaching staff it seems like he's in the doghouse or something, man. But the guy averages damn near 5 yards a carry. How are you not giving him the ball more? I just don't understand it. It's just ridiculous. I don't get that. It's the one thing about this team that doesn't make any sense. Is the way they use Miles Sanders. That makes no sense at all. So they definitely need to get him more involved in this game this week, man. And they got to be able to. They're going to have to be able to find a way to score points at a consistent basis too, man. And you're going to need touchdowns, not field goals. This against Tampa Bay, you need to score touchdowns. But on a short week, man, Tampa Bay coming up to Philly, I don't see them taking the Eagles lightly necessarily, but I don't also see them taking the Eagles very seriously. Hey, what's going on, cuz? Good to see you up in here, bro. I appreciate you stopping by, man. But appreciate that, cuz. But yeah, I can see Tampa Bay not taking them very seriously and can come up there and potentially get knocked off, man, in Philly, man. I know it sounds crazy. I know it definitely sounds crazy, man. But I've seen this Eagle team do some crazy things this season and just period in general, living right in the area. I'm very familiar with this Philadelphia Eagle football team. But I almost want to pick this as like the major upset of the week, but I can't quite take it there, man. I can't quite take it there, but I will predict this game to be a lot closer and a lot better than people think it was going to be, you know. So I will pick the Tampa Bay to win this game, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like a 35-27 type of an affair. I think the Eagles will be able to score some points, keep pace with them, but I think ultimately the talent will reign supreme, and Tom Brady is the GOAT. So, you know what I mean? He just finds ways to get it done. I mean, I can't believe this guy is literally the same age as me, and he's still out there throwing like 3-4 touchdown passes a game. That's unbelievable to me, man. I just can't believe that cat. I mean, literally, Tom Brady is literally only a few months younger than me. Usually that doesn't mean you should not be in the NFL still at the age of 44. But he's still getting it done at a very, very high level. So with that being said, I think they will knock the Eagles off 35-20, about 35-27, but I think the Eagles will keep this game competitive, man. Because like I said, that's just what they do. They're a thorn in everybody's side they play against, man. And they're not going to make it easy for anybody. You got to earn your W against them. So now we're going to get ready to move on to the next one, man. And that would be the Washington football team hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, we all know, as we've seen now, I think it's pretty much, I think we can go ahead and say this narrative is this. This is not, the Chiefs team seems to not quite be the same Chiefs team of the last couple of years. The defense is at an all-time low there. I mean, they haven't been known for the defense, even with the last couple of really good, successful seasons. But it's at an all-time low now. This defense can't stop anybody. It is absolutely atrocious. I mean, it stinks. There's no other better way to put it. With that being said, they still got Patrick Mahomes and that high-powered offense that still does basically whatever it wants when it wants, unless they're playing Buffalo apparently. But yeah, I can't. And with the way this Washington football team defense has been playing all season long, I mean, it's going to probably be a long day. But like I said, the Chiefs defense has also been equally as bad. The Chiefs defense has been, their defense has probably been worse than Washington's defense as well. I mean, this Chiefs defense is bad. They just can't stop anybody from doing anything, man. And I don't really know what the issue is. But this Washington football, so Washington may have the ability to put up some points on this team too. They are playing at home, gonna have their home crowd behind them, which is also gonna help their cause. You know what I mean? But obviously, I can't realistically think that they're going to win this football game based off of what we've seen. I think the Chiefs have still just way too much offense. I know that's going to upset you, cuz up there, Mateo. I know you're not trying to hear that, bro. But I mean, my show called The Real Deal NFC East Roundup for a reason. I keeps it all the way 100 on here all the time, man. So I can't pick y'all for the W, bro. But it's not the defense. The defense looked lost. They spent money on offense and not defense. That's their issue. Fact, Sunday. They was too worried about keeping their offense the high-powered machine that it is, and they forgot that there's another side of the football. And not for nothing, people are figuring their offense out a little bit too. Patrick Mahomes might be probably at a high with turnovers at this stage of a season so far in his career, man. He's I'm not gonna call him a turnover machine, but he's been making some very uncharacteristic mistakes, man. So Washington can take advantage of some of those, man, and can capitalize on some of those mistakes, and maybe they can keep staying in this game. But yeah, can't pick them for the W on this one, man. I honestly feel like the Chiefs' offense is just way too much, and it's too explosive. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to say the Chiefs going to get them, say, 34-24, man. Yeah, I think Chiefs going to knock them off 34-24. I just don't foresee Washington being able to find a way to beat the Chiefs. With that being said, weird things always do happen, man. Crazy things happen for crazy reasons, man. You never know. That's why they play the game. But realistically, I just can't realistically pick Washington to win this football game on Sunday. Just the way things been looking, like their offense has been decent and better than what probably people would have thought of their offense. Their defense has been absolutely worse than anybody would have expected. And that's part of what the problem is, man, because if their pass rush was as scary as it was supposed to be, was actually as scary as it's supposed to be, then maybe, you know what I mean, I'd give them a chance in this game, man. But it's just not. It's just right now, like I said, the fact that it took 5 weeks for Chase Young to get his first sack, that just says it all, man. I'm just not sure what's going on. What the disconnect is with this defense. It was absolutely lights out phenomenal a year ago. I just don't understand what's going on, man. And it appeared to become improved in the offseason, but it's just not. And Taylor Heineke had a slight regression last week. Maybe he'll turn back around and play at the level he was playing at the first few weeks of the season. And that'll definitely be a bonus for Washington, too. Like I said, especially against this Kansas City defense. Definitely got to get connection with Terry McLaurin going again, man. Because he's, to me, is one of the best receivers in the NFL, hands down. To me, he's the best individual receiver in his division, in my personal opinion. He's the best individual receiver in his division, in my personal opinion. You don't get a nickname like Scary Terry for no reason. That kid's a beast. Got to figure it out, Washington. Got to figure it out. So right now, I got to take the Chiefs 34-24 on this one, man. I just can't really see Washington getting the job done here. But I'm going to move on to the next one, man. And that's going to be the Cowboys traveling up to Foxborough, man. Back on the road for the Cowboys. They've been home for the last couple of weeks. And now they're back on the road again against a little feisty little Patriot team led by a good young quarterback, man, Mac Jones, man. But this Cowboys is coming to town with an offense like the Patriots have not seen all season, man. They've seen no team with this kind of firepower this season, and I'm just not sure if they're going to be able to protect their home against the Cowboys this week. For what it's worth, the Cowboys are a good football team. Like I said, their defense, like I said, I wouldn't call their defense good, but it's so damn opportunistic, man. Just no other team is creating turnovers like this Cowboy team is, man. It's just, I don't know. Trayvon Diggs has 6 interceptions in 5 games? 6 interceptions in 5 games? I can't even remember who led the league in interceptions last year, but I feel like it couldn't have been no more than maybe 7 or 8 that they had all season. And this guy has 6 in 5 games. That's unheard of, unprecedented, and especially in this day and age in the NFL. That's unprecedented, man. For what it's worth, man. I mean, like I said, you can move the ball well on this Cowboy team, and the Patriots probably will be able to do that. My suggestion is they really, get that running game established with Damian Harris and whoever else they got, man. Just get it going, man. Don't try to get too cute. Don't put too much pressure on your young quarterback. And then maybe they can get it done, man. Maybe they got a chance here, but I just can't foresee the Cowboys losing this football game. I think right now they're playing at a way different level than even the Patriots, because the Patriots' offense is so inconsistent because of the lack of weapons, because Mac Jones is really showing a lot of promise at quarterback, but the kid needs weapons now. Now they got to get weapons to this kid. He can be an elite quarterback in the NFL. I absolutely believe that. But right now, with the weapons he has, he's kind of reminds me more of like a Alex Smith, man. Really safe. Everything's really safe. Everything's just, check downs, safe throws. Just make sure we don't make the big mistake. Make sure we don't get the turnovers. But I just can't see. I think the Cowboys are going to go up in there and going to get the job done, because, to be quite frank, I just think they're flat out better than the Patriots. You know what I mean? Patriots defense is decent, but this Cowboy offense is special. It just and with Zeke, especially with Zeke rounding back into form, the way he has been the last few weeks, this Cowboy, this offense is absolutely it's damn near unstoppable, because Dak is playing at a high level, Zeke is playing at a high level, CeeDee Lamb playing at a high level, Amari Cooper's playing at a high level. Hell, they even got Dalton Schultz out there looking like a damn Pro Bowl tight end. Like, it's that real. Like I said, I talked about Tony Pollard. This team is absolutely loaded on the offensive side of the football, man. They're hard to stop. With that being said, I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this one, man. Say the Cowboys throw up. Since they're on the road, they are on the road. Keep that in perspective. So I'm let's say it's gonna be about 27-17, man. 27-17. Cowboys go up to Foxborough, get it done on the road, man. Now it's on to the show, baby. I'm gonna move on to the main event. And that's them New York Football Giants hosting the Los Angeles Rams. And it couldn't come at a worse time to have to play a football team this good. It's this with everything that happened last week with the injuries. This is a tough one, man. Earlier in the summer, when the schedule first got released, said Dak plays better on the road historically. I mean, I never paid that much attention to that on one way or another. I know he's playing at a very high level this season in general, on the road and at home. So I just say Dak's been playing good. He's definitely on pace to be comeback player of the year, and that's not even up for debate. It's not even close. And that's our schedule. The Giants' schedule, like I said, this Rams game couldn't come at a worse time. Earlier in the summer, like I said, when the schedule got released and I was breaking down the schedule, picking games about Giants were going to win and lose, I actually had picked this game initially to be the game where Daniel Jones got his first big, significant signature W. Obviously, I don't feel that same way now for obvious reasons. One of which right now is because Daniel Jones might not even be playing in this game, even though things are looking pretty good with him in the protocol right now. But it's not 100% sure if he's going to be out on the field on Sunday. I honestly wouldn't mind him taking at least 1 week off because I'd rather have him get all the way right than just be good enough. You know what I mean? You know, at this point, I mean, he's not going to have Saquon Barkley. You're not going to have Kenny Galladay. Good news is it looks like Sterling Shepard will be returning this week. So that's a good thing. Wanted us to throw more on the Rams. Seen up front, they stopping runs and quarterbacks, but DJ won't be playing. So I'm not sure what to say at this point. I feel you Sunday on that one. Yeah, it's not looking like DJ going to play, and the Rams are absolutely. I mean, they have the best. To me, Aaron Donald is the best football player in the NFL. The best individual football player at any position in the NFL to me is Aaron Donald. And yeah, he does not let it. He does not make it easy for anybody to run that football on that Ram defense. And you're right, but throwing the football on them is also just as hard. I mean, they got one of the best corners in the league back there too, Jalen Ramsey, man. So it's just not easy. I'm going to assume, I don't know how this is going to work out, this game. I don't know how we're going to be able to try to create mismatches because it's looking like Kadarius Toney and Shepard's going to be about all we're going to have. I mean, him and Evan Ingram, I guess. I got to keep saying his name because he is somebody the Rams going to have to account for. They can't just forget about him. But at the same time, anyway, I just don't see it, man. I'm not – we're like a 10.5-point underdog at home. I can't even remember last time we were that big an underdog in a home game. I feel like that's probably been a while too, at home, to be underdogs that bad. Even through all these bad years, 10.5-point underdog at home for the New York Giants is a disgrace. But to be quite frank, that spread to me could be even bigger. We do got Toney now. You're right. And like I said earlier about the Cowboys, weren't able to stop him when he was all we had left on the field as far as a real legit weapon, and the Cowboys still couldn't stop him. Maybe we'll get some more of that on Sunday because I think that kid could be a special kind of player. But this Rams defense is a lot better than that Cowboy defense. That's just facts. And I don't know. I think he's made enough of a name for himself the last couple of weeks. They're going to probably find a way to be ready for him. I hope I'm wrong about all of that, and I hope that they can hope he can figure out a way to continue making plays in this game. But he's going to have his work cut out for him. This is going to be a big test, man. And you're right about that, Kay, man. You never do. You don't want your quarterback ever leading with his head. But that's, like I said, that's the one thing with Daniel Jones, man. He's so competitive. He always wants to get in that end zone, man. And he wants to fight for the yards, and he's got to remember that he's a quarterback, not a running back. Not like, and he's got to protect himself better. He has to learn to do that because that's to me the way his season started off this year. That's still his big. Now that's become his biggest problem is protecting his own self. You know what I mean? Like he just puts himself in harm's way too much, man. Like I know we all got fired up in Atlanta when he ran over Grady Jackson, bullied him to push his way into the end zone for that 2-point conversion, and we all were hyped. It looked good, and he came out of it okay, and it looked all good. But the reality is, you can't make a living doing that when you're the franchise quarterback. You just can't. He has to learn to calm that down, protect himself at all times. Like they tell boxers, man, protect yourself at all times, man. Ultimately, think about the protection of yourself. Think about how much you mean to your team and your team, how much your team needs you out there, man. For what it's worth, people can say what they want about Daniel Jones. We are a lot better with Daniel Jones in that lineup than we are with Cade, than we are with Mike Glennon. You said Cade, you said Dak slides down. Now, if you notice, he knows he wants to keep himself right, so he fight another day. Exactly. Dak's a smart quarterback. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is not a smart quarterback, but he's still got some things to learn, obviously. As he's proven he's got things to learn when it comes to things like that. Like you said, veteran quarterbacks like Dak, they know better. You know what I mean? He's not gonna sit there and just take on those kind of hits because he knows it's not good for his body and it's definitely not going to be good for his team. So as much as this is going to pain me to say, man, because it seems like it's a repetitive thing every week. I got to sit here and I love my football team. I love them. I'm going to love them no matter what, man. If we don't win another game this season, I'm going to still love these guys. But once again, here's another week where I quite frankly can't sit up on here and even pretend that I think we're going to win this football game. Like I said, the spread is 10.5, and to be quite frank, I think it should be a little bit bigger than that. Because I feel like they are about to run us out of our own building. And for nothing, for some reason, the last couple of years, I'm sure most of New York Giant Nation have been noticing this, we don't play very good at home for some reason. I don't know what it is. But we just do not play very good football at home for some reason. So, I really believe that the New York Giants, we're going to lose this game bad, man. And I'm thinking we might even get another 40-burger put up on us, man. I'm thinking that might possibly happen. So, because I don't see how we're stopping Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and everything, and all the other weapons Los Angeles Rams have, man. Sam Darnold. Matthew Stafford is playing like he's been reborn. I mean, he was good in Detroit anyway, but he's really feeling himself now with the Rams, man. He's on a team that can legitimately win a championship, so he's feeling himself. And someone like me, I'm used to one person staying healthy. Quarterback Eli stayed it whole career for us, but I understand injuries do happen. And I feel you, Sunday, we were spoiled with Eli Manning. He was a true Iron Man. We were spoiled with him, man. But everybody, that's not the norm. That definitely is not the norm. You know what I mean? Usually, not too many people had that kind of career, play that many years, that long, and don't get injured, man. Well, don't get injuries that keep them out of the games. But Eli Manning was definitely banged up a lot. 2007, if you remember, Super Bowl year, Eli Manning had a separated shoulder for like half the season. He was supposed to miss games, but he just refused to sit down, man. He went out there and fought hard for his team all season long, and ultimately we came out of there with a Super Bowl in that season, beating the undefeated Patriot team. So Eli Manning was a tough son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have that in their DNA like that. Got you. Thanks for stopping by, 2K McDonald, man. Appreciate the love, man. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it if you would, man. I really would appreciate that, bro. You guys need to get Garrett out of there. Don't learn the hard way like Dallas with that, man. That seems to be a popular thing, man. Getting rid of Garrett, man. Honestly, though, my take on Garrett is overall the last few weeks, especially, he hasn't been doing a bad job with the play calling. He just makes very questionable calls in strange situations, man, at strange times. So I just don't fully understand what he be trying. Like I said, that play call when Jones got hurt, that was just a terrible play call. I'm not going to completely blame Garrett for Jones getting hurt because Jones has to know how to protect himself in that situation also. But it was a horrible play call. It was a play that shouldn't have been called anyway. Get down in that inside the 5. You don't be running end rounds inside the 5. That's just craziness. And not for nothing, I'm gonna quote Big Pat on this, man. Something Big Pat was talking about a couple days ago, man. You can't go out there and like the coaches can only coach. Ultimately, the linemen, they got to make their plays. The linemen got to make plays. They got to be able to bully and push people out the way. And the fact that they couldn't get the job done where they had to even come down to that third down play is just, to me, ridiculous. You know what I mean? They got to be able to get the job done there. And you got to be able to figure it out, get the job done. And there's no excuses. And it's not on Jason Garrett. He called 2 power run plays on first, second down, and the lineman couldn't even push the Cowboys out of the way enough for a running back to get 1 damn yard. That's not on Garrett. Those were perfectly fine play calls. And the lineman, and at some point, the players got to be able to get the job done. Thanks for stopping by, Dom. I appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you for stopping by, bro. You're right. That is absolute facts. This is the best Matthew Stafford's been looking ever since Megatron retired, man. And like I said, he's got a good team around him, and he's getting the job done, man. He's playing at an all-pro level right now. And that's why I just can't. That's why I don't see us having much of a chance in this game, man. So with that, I'm going ahead and get this score prediction. And I know, Nation, don't get mad at me, New York John Nation. I'm only keeping it as real as I can because this is the way I truly feel. I don't feel like we have a chance in this game. Especially if Jones doesn't play, we definitely don't have a chance at all. Saquon Barkley is not playing, so that's already going to hurt his chances as it is. I'm not sure if we're getting Slayton back. Look like we are going to have Shepard back, however. Still, with that being said, our defense has not proven an ability to stop anybody, no matter who they are. I'm believing that the Rams are going to come into New York, throw about 42 up on us. And I like them winning this game 42-17. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel right now. I just don't think that we have a chance in this game. I don't see it. There's nothing I can take into this game that makes me feel like that we're going to even be competitive in it. I don't see it. This team has showed me nothing to make me believe that. So as much as I love these New York Football Giants, and y'all know I love my New York Football Giants, I can't see it happening, man. I can't. It's just not going to be a thing, man. Yeah, Kate, I do like Mike Glennon as a backup quarterback, but the problem is, the reality is that is all he is a backup quarterback. And like I said, he came in not for nothing. For what it's worth, he played admirably against the Cowboys, and that's without no real reps in practice a week ago for that game. So maybe a veteran backup quarterback like him can come in this game and maybe make some plays against the Rams with a week of preparation. But I can't feel overly confident about Mike Glennon, you know what I mean? Especially against a defense like this Rams defense. So, like I said, I honestly believe we're going to get ran out the building, man, out of our own building. And I do like the Rams 42-17 in this one, man. Sorry, New York John Nation. Maybe they can prove me wrong. But I just don't see it happening, man. I just can't see a way that we find a way to. I don't see how we find a way to win this game. because we're just not. We don't show that same kind of scrappiness and resilience like I was talking about with the Eagles earlier. We just don't demonstrate that. We just haven't this season, except for that New Orleans game. That was it. That was the most fire I've seen this team have this season. Was that game? That was it. And when I say that game, only the fourth quarter of that game, the fourth quarter and the overtime. Other than that, this team has shown me very little fire, very little passion, very little heart and desire. Like I said, to me, we got a bunch of guys out there collecting paychecks, man. Kyle Rudolph, yeah, now we do know why the Vikings didn't want to sign you back. We do know now. You ain't got nothing left in the tank, bro. You might as well just bow down and go ahead somewhere, man. Because everything we signed you to do, signed you for, the purposes that in which we signed you, I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it. You got to say, Dom, right there. You said our scores were close. My new episode drops in the morning. I said the Rams 45, Giants 13. Their whole offense is on the injury report. Hey, I'm not mad at that, bro. Like you said, that's we're thinking in the same, you know what I mean, realm. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. I just don't see a way that we find that we get this done, man, this week. I just don't. I mean, it was going to be hard at full strength. Even if we had every single person at full strength, this is going to be a hard-ass game. So, you know what I mean? I can't, with a clear conscience, predict us to go in there and win this game. Said you'll take Hurts over Glennon any day. Mike is who we know he is. Hurts started 9 games. That's true. But yeah, I would take Hurts over Glennon too, by the way, just throwing that out there. Hurts has proven to me to be a pretty decent young quarterback in this league, man. I still don't fully believe in his arm talent. Most of his deep balls, I know he connects on some every once in a while. He connected on that big one, Quez Watkins in the game. But he hasn't demonstrated the ability to accurately throw that deep ball with consistency. Other than that, though, he's a lot better than I give him credit for in the offseason, man. Like I said, props to Jalen Hurts. He's having a pretty good year so far off start this season off. But what's going on, Philly B, man? Tell Baby G I said hi, man. But one more thing before I get ready to wrap this up, man. John Mara, man. John Mara, look at me, bro. I'm starting to get like serious Al Davis vibes from John Mara, bro. Cause you are one of them old school owners who interferes way too much, man. And all you want on this team is a bunch of little nice guys. Well, let me tell you something, John Mara. Football ain't a nice guy game. You need some dogs out there on the field in football, man. You need some dogs out there in the trenches, bro. Can't have a bunch of little nice guys out there, man. You need some jokers that want to go out there and get the job done no matter what it takes. You can't be like just getting rid of good talent because he has an attitude problem. I don't like his attitude. He's not a New York Giant man. Well, John Mara, right about now, the New York Giant men that we've been getting for the last 10 years, they just not good football players. How about that? I've been a fan of this team for a long time. This is the longest drought of being bad that I've endured as a fan. I'm tired of it. It's time for some new energy in the building. John Mara, I get it. You the owner. It's a family business. Ain't nobody else going to own the New York Giants but Mara's Tisches. You know what I mean? I get that. It's been the only owner. Y'all family been the only owners of this football team for the entire existence of the franchise. So I get that. But with that being said, it's time for you to step back and understand that you're the owner, and then you hire a GM, and the GM hires a coach. Let your employees do their job. If you're hiring these guys because you like what they are as football guys and football minds, let them do their job. because I feel like you're too involved with personnel decisions and things of that nature, and it's causing us to be a very bad franchise. When that great offensive line the New York Giants had in the early 2000s, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run their names off. Shout out to Kareem McKenzie, Rich Seibert, Sean O'Hara, Chris Snee, David Deal. When the New York Giants was running them 5 guys out there, Eli Manning was playing his absolute best football because he wasn't going out there worried about getting hit as soon as he got the damn snap. Once all them guys retired and they was all gone, man, we rebuilt this team the wrong way. We have not had a decent offensive line in 10 years. I'm talking about a decent one. Sure, they go out there and they play hard. Sure, they go out there and it's not that bad. And they're a little better than people thought they were going to be. But it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. So when are you going to be able to get that right? We got good specialty players. We got good receivers. If Barkley can stay healthy, he's Barkley. Well, no matter what anybody want to say about him. We got to get these trenches right, man. On both sides of the football. But especially this offensive line, man. It has to get right. We have not run out the same starting 5 offensive linemen in any game this season. We have not had the same 5 offensive linemen start back-to-back games yet this season. So I just don't get it, man. I don't get how it takes this long to rebuild. Like, we're a historic franchise. A historic franchise. We're not like, we're like the damn Cleveland Browns, the old Cleveland Browns, I should say. Because the Cleveland Browns is a legit football team now. You can't just laugh, can't just sneeze at them no more. The Detroit Lions, we're like that. A joke, man. The New York Giants should never be a laughingstock. That's what we are right now, man. John Merritt, take a step back. Let your employees work, man. Because right now, whatever decisions what you're influencing, that influence ain't working, bro. You might have said you're the owner. I know you signed the checks, but at the end of the day, man, you got to chill, bro. You got to chill. You got to sit back and let Joe Judge coach, let Dave Gettleman GM. I don't know. I'm not, because at this point, I don't know. Because to me, the only thing in this 10-year drought of badness, of this pathetic New York Giant football, the one constant in these last 10 years is you, John Mara. You're the one constant. You're the one that's been here the whole time throughout all of that. Not Joe Judge, not Dave Gettleman. And yeah, I'm not letting Jerry Reese off the hook. Jerry Reese destroyed this team with bad draft after bad draft after bad draft. But at some point, John Mara, you were sitting back watching that happen for all them years too. So it just got to end, man. We got to end this. We got to figure out a way to turn this around. I want to point out one thing why I want DG gone with Reese. How long did it take him to get us to the playoffs, the Super Bowl? And how long did Gettleman been a GM and no playoffs? That's a good point. I mean, for what it's worth, Jerry Reese came in, I believe it was his first year in 2007. He had maybe one of the best drafts, probably brought in one of the best draft classes in New York Giant football history. It was an amazing draft class. That was the year Aaron Ross in the first round at corner. I believe Steve Smith in the second round, wide receiver. That was the same draft we got Ahmad Bradshaw in the 7th round. That was an amazing draft class that season, man. But after that, he had bad draft after bad draft after bad draft. And then that 2016 season, that free agency, he brought in all those high-priced defensive players on defense, those 3 ridiculous contracts. You rented a decent season because it was, okay, we made the playoffs that year, but I don't count that because we rented a playoff season. We rented a good team for a year. Basically. That didn't work out, obviously, long term. And as a matter of fact, it pretty much killed our cap, killed us, got us having to finagle the cap around all crazy every season. I agree with that too. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Because during his tenure, this wasn't going down like this. He did whatever he had to do to get this team right whenever this team wasn't looking right. You were absolutely right. Wellington Mara is absolutely the man. And if, like you said, if he was still here today, it would not be going down like this. I agree 100%. I'm from the old school too, bro. So I know it would not be going down like that if Wellington Mara was still here today. John Mara has let this team go down to be quite frank, in the toilet. Thank you for your comment, man. But that's really all I got tonight, fellas. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Everybody in the chat, appreciate all the new guys that came by tonight. Dom, good to see you in here. Blue City Empire Sunday, always a pleasure. Sunday, love busting it up with you up here in the chat. Everybody else that stopped by, my man Philly B, my cousin Mateo, your Washington fan. He stopped through tonight, showed some love. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, man. Everybody that came through. You know what I mean? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. Don't forget to tune in for the True Blue preview on Sunday when I'm going to break down the game against the Rams. And then after the game, definitely don't forget to tune in to the True Blue Aftermath live on my channel. And also one more thing before I go, please, 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 if you can support breast cancer awareness, I got a link in my description. If anybody, if you can, whatever, anything, no donation is too small. If you can donate, please do. Breast cancer awareness. We got to find an answer to this horrible, horrible disease that is just taking so many great lives on a daily basis. So please, if you can, hit that link and maybe drop a little donation. But it's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. Peace. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MacDa Giants fan.